live already?
No, we ain't live yet. Oh, we live now.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupk coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York. I'm the Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group, period. I'm Officer Kananya. That's Officer IR, man. We're going to be coming at you live today, teaching you guys about brotherhood. You know how we like to do. We like to mix it up, throw a little bit of conspiracies, hearsay in there, and also other scriptures that pertain to things going on in the world today. I want to start out by saying, man, it is a blizzard out there. So today is the January 9th, you know, got our first taste of snow out here in Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a couple accidents. You know, just be careful out there when you're driving, you know. This the weather right here where you want to think of the other person. You want to go off them. Don't, like, say if you're driving a little fast, you know, slow down way before the time, because sometimes that can even cause, you know, accidents. If you going too fast, then, you know, you don't have the right tires or your brakes. You know what I'm saying? You need new brakes. Your brakes might slide on that snow or, you know, that slush, you know. So just be mindful of how you traveling as far as vehicle-wise. If you're driving, you know, if you're a passenger, you know, I don't want to say be heckling the driver, but just be that second set of eyes, even though that's what the passenger is supposed to do. It's supposed to be anyway, that second set of eyes for the driver. Yeah, but we got hit with our first, you know, is it a storm? Would it be?
Yeah, it was a storm.
Okay, yeah, it was snowing all day. Snowing all day today.
Started last night.
Started last night when I was coming from the gym around 7:38. That's when it started. And then today it just kept going nonstop. So what I was wondering was where is these salt trucks at? Like, they supposed to be ahead of the game.
That's what I thought too.
They're supposed to be ahead of the game. You know, if I seen it on the news or heard it from somebody else, I'm pretty sure they heard it from somebody else. Right. So they should have been out here hitting them roads with that salt. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there.
Right. Today
I wanted to start off with the big story was been trending since last week. Cat Williams, man. The man, Cat Williams. Now, he been speaking like a lot of truth, been ruffling comedian feathers. Just the world in general. He been, you know, having everybody talk about him. Cat Williams. He said a lot of truth in that clip. Man, in that Shannon Sharp interview, because I'm not gonna say. Club Shanae. No, it's called Club Shay Shay. But I didn't want to say it because, man, that's a man calling his podcast. His name's Shannon Sharp, but he called his podcast Club Shay Shay. Now, I don't want to say that that's kind of fairy. It's kind of fruity, but, you know, it is what it is. But on his podcast, you know, he caused a lot of controversy about how a lot of black entertainers have to emasculate themselves for the so-called white man, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of. A lot of so-called comedians, you know, have to get in a dress or play a LGBTQ role in their careers to emasculate themselves or to embarrass themselves. Now, you know, of course, with the truth, it comes a lot of backlash to the truth. You know, we got people saying that, you know, he lying or whatever, but the evidence speaks for itself. Every single comedian that he's mentioned absolutely put on that dress within their community, within their career at some point. Even Dave Chappelle, that was something that I was shocked by. Because I never thought, you know, when Dave Chappelle got interviewed by Oprah, he said that he wasn't going to put on the dress. But years prior to that, he definitely played a woman's role when he had the earrings, the lipstick, you know, the skirt. You had to do some research to go find it out. To go see it. I think it might have been on Saturday Night Live. or sometime early on in his career, he definitely put on that dress or that skirt or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And what does the Bible say about that? The Bible says, the man shall not put on a woman's garment. Which leads me to speaking about the actor Brandon T. Jackson. Brandon T. Jackson. Now, this is the actor that played in, Bow Wow's co-star in Lottery Ticket. He played in Tropic Thunder. And he also played in Big Mama's House 2 or 3, whatever, where he put on that dress, you know what I'm saying? And in some of these interviews that he did, he said that was the most damaging point in his career, putting on that dress, because after he did that, I guess he found his way to, the Most High, or he believed that he an Israelite, but he not in no specific, I don't think he's in no specific group or organization, but he said that was the most damaging point in his career, because he knew that he was an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? And after that, you can even look, the evidence is there. He didn't play in no more movies after that. After Big Mama's House 2, when him and Martin got in them dresses and skirts, acting like they was women, he didn't play in no more movie roles after that. He said he found out he was an Israelite sometime after that. So that's another thing. In the industry, once you figure out who you are as a person, as being an Israelite, as being the Lord's chosen people, you know what I'm saying? The powers, I was going to say the powers that be, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speak of, he doesn't like that. So he's not going to cast you after that. Once you find that out, once you start researching and figuring out who you are, he's not going to cast you in no more movies, give you no more parts after that. And Brandon T. Jackson is the product of that. And also Chingy, Chingy, he found out he was an Israelite, and after that little stuff was, after that though, he definitely rapped about it. But after that, he wasn't dropping no more music, because what happened after that, the transsexual, we can't say transsexual, but that's a term, right? The transsexual named Sydney Starr came out and said that they was messing around with each other, which damaged his career, because he's a hood rapper, you know what I'm saying, known as with a street image. So that definitely damaged his career. And after that, no more music dropped from him. Well, he probably did drop music after that, but we didn't hear about it, because that accusation damaged his career so much, as him messing around with the transsexual. I say all that to say, to bring it full circle with Cat, because Cat Williams, once you speak the truth in any of these interviews, once it's gonna be some people to come out that try to cover it up. Either they covering up, or it's gonna be some people that didn't have nothing to do with the interview. He didn't mention them at all, to clout chase and piggyback off him. Like, man, I'm glad he ain't say my name, or other things like that, just to feed off what he said. When after you say the truth, either the person that got accused of doing it, he's supposed to show that he didn't do it, and if he did do it, he ain't gonna speak of it at all. You know what I mean? Just let the truth be the truth. And I think that this is the year 2024 that the truth is gonna trump all the lies. And you know what I'm saying? When I say the truth, I mean Isupk, of course, because we speak the truth in here, and it often falls on deaf ears. It often goes in one ear and out the other, you know what I'm saying? Until it's time, or till it's too late, people will not hearken into the voice of the Lord, you know what I mean? And that's us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We like to do things at the last minute, even though the warnings be there. Us in the truth, we try to warn people that's not in the truth, change your life. Repent and convert, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord has put for us. We do all these lives we are the warning. we, try to warn our people. We try to come, bring us together. You know what I'm saying? Like-minded individuals who think the same and who are on one accord with each other. Yes, so we are the warning, whether we be in Milwaukee, Chicago, Indiana, Detroit, what else? St. Louis, New York, Florida. You know what I'm saying? We got all these different camps that's speaking these warnings to you guys. We are, trying to wake our people up, and that's all we can do is, speak the truth, and hopefully that inner voice in your head, hear that. You know what I mean? And make you want to change your life for the better. Because how long ye simple ones love simplicity. And of course I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, that's what I wanted to speak on, is that Cat Williams, because he's brought out a lot of truth and got a lot of clap back for that, you know what I'm saying? And that's often what we do. We speak the truth, and then we have these people come out of the woodworks want to debate us, on nonsense, to put it plainly. They want to debate us on, who is the Lord of the Bible, or is God Jesus, and all this. Even though if you read this book here, you will know who Yahushua is. He is not the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But that's often what the truth does. Once somebody speak the truth, there's a lot of devils, and devils just mean deceiver. Like a lot of deceivers come out the woodworks and try to go against the truth, and that's always gonna happen. You know what I mean? Can you grab Romans 7:14 for me? Romans 7:14, because these people they say, like, you have people that say, well, I don't follow the Bible, you know what I'm saying, but I'm spiritual. They be like, well, I believe in the higher power. Nonsense like that.
So like they say, they believe the God of the universe.
Exactly. Like, what type of nonsense is that? They say they believe in the God of the universe, yet they still eating that pork.
Right.
They still grabbing that shrimp, crab, and lobster. Like the other day,
prostituting themselves.
Exactly. Like the other day, I think it was Monday or Friday. I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in the lunchroom, and sometimes
You said Romans what?
Romans 7:14. Sometimes people just like to blurt stuff out. Like people say, like it's amazing how, like, sometimes like a sinner will just confess out of nowhere what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Even though you didn't ask them, you just sitting right there. You may know this person or whatever, but you just sitting right there. So I'm in the lunchroom at the Slave the other day. I think it was Friday. So one of my coworkers was like, man, I just love pork. I'm just sitting there like, what? And like, I just love pork, man. I know it's wrong to eat it. I know the Bible says don't eat it, but I just can't stop eating it. I'm like, why not? They're like, well, I'm kind of set in my ways. I'm like, you don't see a problem with that? Like, you supposed to always change and evolve things in your life for the better. And once you put that pork stuff down, it's going to evolve. I mean, it's going to help your life within the better. Like, you may not know that it's a sickness that grows within your body as you eat that pork. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, I don't want to say cancer. Cancer don't come with pork or nothing like that, dude.
You probably built cancer because of that shit.
Right, like it ain't,
because the pig doesn't detox.
Exactly.
So all the detox, of the pig, you're eating it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then pigs are also known to contain worms.
Yeah,
So all that builds diabetes, cancers, and all types of diseases.
And be like the filthiest animal, because it's one of the cleaners of the earth. Like, a pig will eat anything. You throw a shoe at a pig will start eating that. You know what I'm saying? It's just unbelievable that the people, like, as you grow, you're supposed to want to do more research on the things that you put in your body as for food water,
Lucky, speaking about pigs, what I mean, like back in the days when Judah was being sent on ships, Esau had pigs in the ships. So when one of the brothers sisters die, they feed it to the pigs, so the pigs can stay alive. Because then later on they end up eating the pigs.
So they committing cannibalism through. I don't want to say cannibalism because they're not eating a human directly, even though some Esau people do that.
Yeah.
But they, and that's like a conspiracy too, but it's not really a conspiracy because, it's a whole thing to unfold with that. But
right.
That's just the thing.
Pigs are known to eat bodies too, though.
Mm-hmm.
They'll eat anything that's dead, anything.
Alive, dead,
right.
Living, non-living, what they teach in school. Like, it's crazy. So, what you mean to tell me is, bro.
Also, when the pig dies too, like in the ships, they'll feed it to the pigs.
They feed it to another pig.
Right.
Like the pigs just have nothing up here to distinguish. Well, I can't eat this. Well, I can't eat this. No, they're gonna eat it all.
Right.
And I didn't mean to say cannibalism, but that's the first thing that came to mind. A pig eats a human, then the human eats a pig. That's just like it. Like, and then you digest that, and then it ain't no telling the harm that it does on your body. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go too deep in it. But you get sick. You go to that hospital. And the doctor, he not gonna tell you because hospitals are a business. They feed on you they count on you being sick and stuff like that. That's why they give you these medicines and to put off to heal you for that second. But then later on down the line, that medicine gonna cause another ailment, and that ailment gonna cause another ailment just to keep you coming in and out the hospitals. You know what I mean? Because that might be a conspiracy thing too. I don't know how I keep leading to conspiracies, but the hospital, they don't heal you. It's like a Band-Aid. They put a Band-Aid on whatever happened to you, and later on down the line that is going to lead to something else. You know what I mean? Because how would the doctors or anybody get paid if they don't have patients? If they don't, have people coming in and out with sickness, whether it be sickness, injuries, internally, because infections, because people get shot all the time, you know what I'm saying? And then they get, stabbed all the time. They have accidents all the time, where they have open wounds, that require stitches or staples, you know what I'm saying? But the doctor, he ain't gonna heal you. He gonna give you some medicine like a Band-Aid, or take this antibiotics, or take this some stuff you can't even pronounce. Ibuprofen or some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's Salaki. That's why like some medication should not be taken long term.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just do whatever enough to just to a point where your body can now heal itself. You know what I mean? Just stop taking that medication.
Because you can heal yourself too, whether it be with herbs or just fasting certain things out your diet. Like, you know what I mean? I was gonna say something right before that. Put a pin in there. We'll come back to that. But you can heal without going to the doctor in some ways. Some other ways you might just have to go to that doctor to seek that help. But it's all a business, man. Being sick, being not sick, is eventually, if you can't be disciplined enough to stop a certain thing, like I first mentioned, pork. Certain illnesses is gonna come upon you, and then the doctor not gonna tell you to stop eating that pork. I never heard a doctor tell anybody to stop eating pork. I never heard a doctor tell anybody I heard them say stop eating salty stuff, like whatever you put salt on, or even seafood. Sometimes seafood alone, build up certain sicknesses in your body. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain seafoods you can't eat for nourishment. Then certain seafoods may taste good, but it's bad for your body. And then that's also in the Bible. That's why we follow the Levitical law. We're not eating that shrimp, not eating that pork, because we know as a people, that cause certain illnesses. It might not happen right away. It's a buildup. Like I want to take cancer for an example, because some people smoke for years. You're not gonna get cancer the first time you smoke. That's cancer. It's a buildup of I don't know nothing about cancer because I don't nobody close to me had cancer, but it's definitely a buildup. It builds up within your body. You're not just gonna all of a sudden just have cancer. Just one day you find, the next day you have cancer. No, it's a buildup of things that you've been doing in your life or things that you've been eating. Like I never heard somebody that smokes cigarettes or whatever don't have cancer one day, then they all of a sudden have cancer. No, they be smoking for 15 plus years, and then it be build up like, oh, well, you have stage 3 cancer or something like that. But you be like, how? All you did was smoke them cigarettes for 15 years. All you did was build that up in your lungs, you know what I'm saying? Then your lungs collapse because your lungs black. They not strong, you know what I'm saying? That's that build up that I was talking about. You do certain things for a lot of years, it's a build up, But that was a huge sidebar, you know what I'm saying? We got off the topic, but the topic was how people I first got on that when I was at work, you know what I'm saying? The lady was like, yeah, I can't stop eating pork. I know it's bad. I even read it in the Bible, but I told my husband, hey, you marry me as a pork eater, I'm gonna stay a pork eater. I'm like, but you don't want to better yourself, because how is eating that pork only satisfying your hunger, but it's also causing other things that you don't see right now. Like it's a build up, like I said. So I'm just talking to her, and she like, well, I'ma just keep eating it because I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm like, but the Bible do see something wrong with it. And if you follow the Bible, you're supposed to be able to just stop certain things, you know what I'm saying, that's harming you. It don't say that you're not supposed to eat that stuff just because, it's strict rules. No, it's trying to save your life. It's trying to preserve your life. It's a good thing to follow the law. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted you to read Romans 7:14, because it's a spiritual thing to follow the laws. You go ahead and read that.
All right. 7:14. Romans chapter 7 verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
See, it says that we know that the law is spiritual. So when anybody be like, well, I'm spiritual, and they got all these crystals around their neck, they burn sage and all this other nonsense, bro, that's nonsense. The law is spiritual. So once you start following the law, then therefore you can become spiritual if you follow that law. But if you just saying, oh, I believe in a higher power, or this the one that gets me. Oh, God knows my heart. Like he looks at hearts. I'm like, bro, that's something a Christian to say. That's something they say in these churches, and then they say that on Sunday. Then on Monday they back to eating that. They having pork chops for dinner. Mm-hmm. They and go down south, and I don't mean southern south. I mean as far as Chicago, like Milwaukee. We at the top of the map, like right under Canada. But under us, you got Chicago, then you got Minnesota. So even that little way south, they be tearing. They got a thing called I don't want to say they, because most of the black community do partake in this. They eat that what's that? Chitlins. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like a pig's stomach or scrotum or something like that. Like, that's crazy. And they don't see nothing wrong with it, bro. If you cooking something and it stinks while you cooking it, it's probably not good for you to eat. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. I had from pigs, but I had some from the cow.
What?
Yesterday. You talking about the stuff that's like the guts?
Yeah, but did it stink while you was cooking it though?
No, I didn't cook it. I bought it.
Did it smell like something up in there? You know what I'm saying? Because chitlins would clear out an apartment complex.
No, I have tried to cook it before though, and yeah, when before you cook, you have to wash like 3 times. You have to strain it.
Yeah.
Like 3 times. And then
what is it? Intestines or something?
Yes, intestines.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is, right? Chitlins.
I'm not sure. I never had chitlins a day in my life because I always thought it stank.
No, I did. Yeah, especially when you're cooking it. Yeah, you definitely smell it a little bit.
But chitlins, specifically chitlins, like grandmas for generations to generations be cooking this, and then they, and I thank the Lord that my mother, if she did, I don't remember. She has never cooked no chitlins when I was around. When I was growing up, either somebody older than her cooked it or one of her immediate close friends cooked it. Because I've never eaten a piece of chitlin in my life, and once I found out that it's some type of, scrotum or stomach of a pig, and then I seen somebody actually eating it, Salakia, and they chewing for days, like. It's stretchy. Like, bro, how you gonna chew something and it's like gum, but it's meat, and I just couldn't bring myself to eat no stuff that stink. Like the joints stink up the block. Let this house be cooking it and this house be cooking it. The whole block smell like chitlins.
Damn.
Like, that's crazy. I'm like, man, I definitely don't want none of that, Mom. Don't put none of that on my plate. But
I think we call them the Iscarites. We call it tacos de tripa. You never.
But is it no?
Yeah, it's just bomb. I like it.
But is it the cow's intestines or
cows.
pig? Oh, okay.
Cows.
Okay,
yeah.
For sure then, because man.
But either way, it's there's a process of cooking it. You can't,
Mm-hmm.
you got to clean it out first too.
Boy. In the words of Officer Rapai. Shout out to Officer Rapai yesterday, man. Coming back into class, he had to get his feet wet coming back in. Big ups to that brother, you know what I'm saying? Like and share this class. But yeah, craziness, man, because I know a couple people that still eat chitlins to this day, and no matter what I say, because they know I had did a complete 360 on what I used to do, but
so like you think that could be passed down
generational?
It's
like a generational curse type of thing.
You think so? You think because of slavery we like it?
I think it's just because in Salakia, this is just what I think. I think it's just because
part of the culture, huh?
No, I think it's just because the women cook it.
Yeah, but why do they cook it?
Like you said, it's generation. They great grandma taught the grandma, right. The grandma taught the mama, and the mama taught the daughters. You know what I'm saying? Until we, came out of nowhere and started breaking those curses.
How did grandma know about cooking chitlins?
It was passed down.
Passed down from slavery, because they were forcing us to eat that.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you know that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because he was forcing us to break God's laws. We was following the laws, everything, even in slavery. But then, some of us will get unalived, and it's even stories in the Bible of people getting unalived for not breaking God's laws, for not, participating in the white man's game or whatever the case was. Some of us, can I say die?
No.
Oh, Salakia. Because it ain't the same as killed, right?
You gotta say unalive.
Okay. Some of us will I don't know how I'm gonna put it in. Some of us will
There's like unalive and getting unalive, right?
That's what I'm saying. Some of us will risk our lives and get unalive to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Like, you can't force some of us to break the law. You know what I mean? Like us and some of the prophets or priests that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They got unalive for not, converting, if that's a simpler term, for not conforming to the so-called white man, the Romans, you know what I mean, the Greeks, and I mean the Greeks after it was black, it turned white, and they started doing a whole bunch of broke wrist activity, crazy. Some of us, will be unalive to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and that's commendable, because you can't force y'all way upon us. It's a saying that it goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans. But no, bro, we gonna keep these laws. If we in Rome, we still gonna keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We not gonna turn into for lack of a better term, butt naked gladiators and all this other thing, because the white man is wicked, bro. He want to wrestle butt naked. He want to, you know what I mean, have TV shows called Naked and Afraid, Naked in the Woods. Like, this man just want to be naked. He's wicked, bro. That's crazy. Salakia, that just came to my head because, I don't know why, but he just as wicked as it come, man. The Esau, as the Bible calls him. He just want to twist and flip. He want to switch to flip. What I mean by that is, you got the Most High and the spiritual laws. He want to turn that. And like we just read, the law is spiritual. Well, he wanted to make it his job because, Jacob and Esau have been fighting since the womb. And that's in Genesis 25 and 25. They've been fighting in the womb and since they came out the womb. Right. If you ask me, and I said this in the class before, if you ask me where the beef where the beef took another level up when Esau sold his birthright. Mm-hmm. Oh, he didn't like that. Oh, he did not like that. He said, "Okay, you ain't gonna give me this suit, bro, for the free ski." Mm-hmm. Jacob was like, "No." You have to sell me this. You have to do this, do that. And you gave it up. So how can you be mad? And plus we, the covenants is with us, So who are you really mad at? Are you mad at us? Or are you mad at, the Most High? Are you mad at Yahushua? Who are you really mad at? But he did take it out on us. You know what I'm saying? It's getting taken out on us till this day. And that
the Bible, Salakia, the Bible does show who our enemies are, and he's one of them.
Of course, absolutely, and then you got the Moabites, the Ammonites, which is the Chinese and Japanese. Basically, you got anybody that's in your neighborhood, trying to sell you something. With the Chinese try to sell you fingernails. Try to paint the women nail with the Chinese, and I say they both because I can't tell which is which. They look the same to me, if you ask me. And then they might be according to the story of Lot in Genesis. But what they try to sell you, they selling you hair products, fake hair. Ain't no telling what spells and rituals they did over this hair to put in our sister's head. That's directly connected to your brain. Like, you putting this fake hair in your head is directly connected to your brain, making you act all kind of ways, and most of the sisters might say it ain't because of that, But it is because of that. Because it ain't no telling if you putting an animal here, and Salakia. If this your first time in my class, in the class of brotherhood, man, we sometimes jump from this point to this point to this point. The whole thing is to get you to stop doing the things you're doing and come back to the laws and statutes and commandments, because this is what's really gonna save you. Ain't nobody else gonna save you, and you can't save no heathen that's absolutely doing harm to you in your own communities. You know what I mean? You got where was I at? The Japanese and Chinese selling you hair products, fake nails, and then it's a reason why they have a mask on while they doing your nails, but you on the other side, you don't have no mask. You just breathing all that chemical in, you know what I'm saying? And then it's getting under your cuticles, in which it could be a conspiracy theory, but your cuticles is something that's, I don't want to say spiritual, but I want to say it's deeply rooted in your anatomy, like under your nails, even your it's weird because people don't say feet nails. your toenails, I mean to say, under your, right fingernails and feet nails. But Salakia, yeah, under your fingernails, then they putting other type of hair in your head sewing next to your brain, which that stuff, because I'm pretty sure most of our sisters don't wash their hair before they put it in their head. They don't do anything but immediately rip it out the plastic and put it right in their head. They don't wash a thing. And I witnessed that. So it's like, but when they get when we get clothes from, say, like the Goodwill or a thrift store, we wash the clothes before we put them on. We'll wash the clothes all day. But when it comes to hair and stuff like that, they don't think about washing that stuff before they put it in their head. And that's just something for y'all to be aware of, just and heighten your awareness to these things, because it could be causing harm to you personally and to your thoughts and the way that you act. So where was we? Yeah, Romans 7:14. The law is spiritual. Sometimes we get off track. We like to. These classes are all about truth. So whether it be here truth and there truth, because like that's what the Bible say. Here a little, there a little. We like to, in my class especially, we like to bring out truths in all type of angles. Whether it be truth about what's going on in Hollywood, whether it be truth about what's going on in the neighborhood, whether it be truth about what's going on, with the people today. We just like to bring out truth at all angles, and that's what the Isupk is all about. It's all about truth, whatever truth is, and truth that can be proven. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, just hearsay. We doing research on everything that we say up in these classes. You know what I mean? It's not just something that we thought about out of our head. It's something that we didn't. It's not something that we thought about, but something that we're bringing out. If that makes any sense. Yeah, you'll read that one more time before we move on, man.
Sheesh. Done. Romans chapter 7, verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
Said that we know that the law is spiritual. So anybody that you see online, whether it be on your social media page, in real life, trying to sell you crystals and crystal balls and sage, bro, that all that stuff is nonsense. That stuff is not spiritual at all. But the things that you read as the law, that's spiritual. Things that you you say you follow the Bible, you say this and you say that, but you do something that immediately affects you and the people around you, then it's just a trickle effect to a downfall. that's because you did something spiritual. You didn't follow the law that was spiritual. So now something spiritual is happening to you, whether it be negative or positive. Like we said, and we paraphrasing, the Lord is not going to pay you back immediately. Sometimes He will, sometimes He won't. You know, but when it does happen, you got to realize that was spiritual according to the law. The law says, you know, the law is spiritual. And what does the law say? The law says, you know, don't physically touch that pork, you know. Don't what else the law says? Don't usurp as a woman. Don't usurp authority over the man. You know what I mean? Don't and as a man, you know, don't be an adulterer. You know, don't sell your daughters for, you know, and I'm paraphrasing again because don't sell your daughters into prostitution, or you know what I'm saying, you know, like some of these movies be doing, you know, whether it be Spartacus, and then again, like they replace all of the real black, the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, that was in these times, they replaced them with all white people roles. Like you ain't gonna see, unless the Isupk do it, or you know, somebody else to get backlash from it, like Hebrews to Negroes. You're not gonna see a biblical movie that displays all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're gonna see them portray our roles as themselves, whether it be in Egypt. You know, you got a Moses, a different Moses movie come out every 5, 6, 7 years. And what is it? It's portraying them as us, as white people. We can take even the movie The Mummy. What's the dude named Imhotep? He's portrayed as a you know, and I don't want to say he lived or died because I'm not sure about that, but the thing I'm trying to get at is they portray everything as white people, as so-called white people. And so they saying that we've been slaves this whole time and they just been ruling forever, when we know that Egypt is one of the most hottest places ever. So you mean to tell me, Esau, you was ruling in Egypt through that hot sun, hot desert sun?
Right. It lasts a day in the field.
Exactly. Y'all was ruling that whole time, so-called. And I'm just saying that because that's what the movie The Mummy portrays. And I don't think it's one black character in it except that African dude who was trying to kidnap the little white dude, you know, the little white dude.
It's like you talking about the movie Exodus?
No, I'm talking about The Mummy.
Oh, The Mummy.
Yeah. But I ain't talking about the things that happen itself. I'm talking about as far as them being in Egypt,
right? And
showing all white people like they just been in Egypt discovering things, archaeologists dusting off bones. Like, bro, y'all need sunblock to be in America's sun. And Egypt is in Africa, one of the hottest places on earth. And you mean to tell me y'all was out there doing all that? It's all a lie, man. It's all a lie because it's crazy. Y'all need sunblock and special creams, Salakia, to be in the sun over here on the beaches. So what was the special sunblock cream stuff that y'all had in Egypt? Nothing, because it's a lie. Y'all didn't have that. Y'all was somewhere else trying to chase us out. And that's the story of Moses. Once we got free of the Egyptians, you know, Moses hit that staff on that, you know, on was it Red Sea? Right. He did that Red Sea, hit that staff on that Red Sea, and opened up for us Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to go through there. Then what happened? You know, the Romans, the Egyptians, they tried to follow us and persecute us. But the Lord closed that gap as soon as we got across, you know what I mean? Which should let you know that we are the chosen people. He did that for us. And once y'all see, and that goes to show again, with these peace treaties that they had with the Native Americans, they didn't keep not one. They didn't keep it with the Egyptians either. I mean, they didn't. They tried not to keep it with us when we was in Egypt either, because they let us go, but they still tried to follow us and capture us. Like, what? I thought you let us go. Like, what's going on here? You know, that should have told you alone that these our enemies. You know, they don't keep not a word that they say. You know. Dang, I forgot. Bro, see, I'm done with that, bro. I'm done with that. I knew it. But, yeah, so like, if you want to say something real quick while I get refreshed with this real fast, bro. Because, you know, it says, you know, of course the law is spiritual. So anybody that try to say they're spiritual that don't keep the law, we know that they liars, you know.
And not just the law that's spiritual, but the whole Bible spiritual.
Oh, of course. The
whole Bible spiritual. And then once you come into the truth and your eyes start opening up, that's when you start seeing how spiritual it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There'll be some wicked things happen in front of you on purpose. Because you're living the scriptures, you're keeping the law, you're going to be tempted. I think even more than you were in the world.
Absolutely.
So all that spiritual. You know what I mean? You just gotta know how to keep the laws and know the reason why things are happening the way they're happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're keeping the law, and the law is spiritual. So that's why things happen the way they happen.
And you can drop down. You still in Romans, will drop down to 7 and 12, because not only the law is spiritual, but it's good. You know what I mean? You can think that you're doing good by helping these so-called white men on the side of the road asking for money, or you know, anything else. You can think that is good, but read that.
Romans chapter 7 verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
See, it says the law is just and good. The laws are good, and they holy, meaning they separate from anything else that Esau is doing nowadays, or for that they try to beat into our head, whether it be celebrating these wicked days. These wicked holidays that they got planned on a, you know, Greek or Roman map or calendar, you know. And then sometimes, all the time, most of the time, we get off from slavery during these days. You can physically tell tell your supervisor or your the person that run the place, hey, look, I don't celebrate this, so I would like to work on this day. They're gonna say, well, we close on this day because we celebrate this. So even if you don't get paid on that day, you losing money on that day automatically. And there's nothing that you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? That's because they celebrate this and you don't. You know, you might have to pick up a little odd job just for that day.
Right.
And
yeah, if I could, I mean, these pagan holidays is like a lost for us. Mm-hmm. You know, some of us need to work on Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. You know, Thanksgiving. You know, Valentine's Day. And these heathens take those days off, so we lose money by not working, and then we lose money by participating in these holidays.
Absolutely, it's a double-edged sword. You're gonna get cut either way, and then on top of that, don't let you try to celebrate it. Like you said, you're gonna lose the money if you celebrate it or if you don't celebrate it, because you on one hand you offer them a job, you know, you're not making the money for that day. But then on the other hand, you celebrate it. You spending money buying these things on that day, so you losing money both ways, you know. And then the people that said they off, they don't care about it. As long as they off, like they don't care about that stuff. As long as they do whatever they have to do, you know what I mean.
And these are the same Christians that say that they love God, right?
Exactly.
But they can't take the Sabbath off.
Exactly. You can drop that and give me Luke. The book of Luke. And I wanted to, Luke chapter 21 and verse 20. And I wanted to expound on that more because they just gave us a new schedule for this year. You know, and at the end of the year around pagan holiday Christmas, bro, we off for a whole week and they just explained, bro, we don't even get paid for that, bro. I'm like, so you mean to tell me, I'm talking about supervisor, like we can't work on these days even if we wanted to? He said, nah, you might as well start looking for a new job now. I said, what? He said, you might as well start looking right now. I said, like that, bro? Like that? I said, well, you ain't, don't be mad when I come handing you that 2-week notice. Hey, I'm gone, bro. Just because of what y'all said, bro. Because we definitely in that last week of December, or what is it? Yeah, December, that last week. The next week, you know, it's the 1st through the 5th, and that's the week that the rent stuff due. So they trying to get us out of here, bro. Like trying to get us out our crib. Yeah, you know, if you got a car note, they trying to have you late on that. Like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's nasty work because, you know, they don't care. They own salary. Yeah, they get paid the same way either they work or they don't work, you know.
Right. And I'm pretty sure they already got money in the bank already saved up, so they're not sweating taking a week off. They're actually looking forward to it.
Exactly. Especially them ish people. The ish. They got that ish. You know what I mean? Ish. The ish. Pertaining to, especially them people. Cause that's a thing too. That's one of the things. If the ish people run a job, they gonna help each other. Like say one of them late on some, even though they ain't never late. It's just a you know, they own the banks. They own certain things to keep themselves in position and keep us in a lower position. But if they need any type of loan, another ish man got their back. You know, because they all part of the same system. They all a part of keeping the so-called Hispanics, blacks, and Native Americans at a lower level than them, even though the Bible says we are above these people, you know. And to get back into that above position, all we have to do is keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible and the Most High, and come together and start shopping with each other and start breaking bread with each other. You know, if we have these businesses, and this is something that I really don't know, is it mandatory if you have a business that it be closed on Christmas and stuff like that?
No, I don't think so.
Right,
because the Asians and these Ishmaels, they have all their businesses open.
Right, the gas stations, no matter what day it is, the gas station open. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. No, I don't know about the restaurants.
No, restaurants stay open.
It's certain ones because I tried to go somewhere to eat. You know what I'm saying?
They might close depending on what time. Oh yeah, early. From what I've been seeing, they all open. Mm-hmm. Because they don't. That's not. Chinese don't celebrate Christmas. At least the ones that are somewhat authentic or they're true to their traditions. You know what I mean? Right. They see Christmas as like a day to make money because nobody's working on that day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they capitalize off the Americans.
Which brings me to my next point. I know y'all seen like we don't have a podcast yet, obviously. So I'm gonna say it tonight. I know y'all heard of that situation down in Miami.
I didn't really look. I saw a short video of it, but I'm not surprised. I know too much.
Right, so that's why I wanted to speak on it. Yeah. You know. Okay, so the situation down in Miami. So they're saying that they seen some type of alien figures in the mall or whatever, you know.
In the mall.
In the mall. In the mall.
I only saw a video from the outside. They were just recording it.
Yeah, and then that's where I'm getting at too. So it was some type of situation with aliens in the mall. We don't know. We can't confirm. We up here in Milwaukee, you know. So when you looking at the footage,
Salakia, were they walking among us?
That's what they said. That's what they say. But you know, we know. And again, like, don't the police got body cam footage? Don't they supposed to have body cams?
Did you see the one in Vegas?
No, I didn't see the one in Vegas.
Oh, that one was crazy. Yeah, it was like everybody was recording it. Even the police officers came with the camera, and because supposedly it was a ship that crashed. It crashed, and then those extraterrestrials were in the backyard.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
You
at
haven't
all.
seen that? And the police officers show up.
How long ago was that?
This was a few months ago. I did talk about it, man. And the cops showed up with the camera, and they're like, if they're back there, you know what I mean, you feel free to shoot them.
and on that though, that's how they know. I mean, that's the thing, man. With these so-called aliens, you know, why is it so quick to be hostile towards them? That's because they know that these ain't aliens. These are angels from chariots, if you will, if they real. But I think it's not real because I don't know if you remember back in when the Twin Towers hit, when the planes hit the Twin Towers, that year, that's the year that we was changing from flip phones to touchscreens. So they could have showed us any type of thing. And you know Hollywood, you know, with these expensive cameras, these expensive things, they could have showed us anything. You know what I mean? And then my question to this plane hitting the tower or whatever, like, if it's a tower, something flying like 60,000 miles per hour fast. Like, how is a tower going to stop that? How is it going to stop it and not fly straight through it? You know what I'm saying?
Right, I know exactly what you're talking about because, like, there's some videos that show that as soon as the plane made contact with the towers, the plane started blowing up.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, how is it going to stop right there, but not go straight through it and some debris or something come on the other side? So my thing is, bro, they meant to show us that through these special cameras where that was CGI, bro. No tower. This is all my opinion, bro. This is not how the ISUPK, you know. This is my opinion, and we should. I don't know if we should be going into this, but
yeah, don't
I just want. Let me just finish this last point though, because it do pertains to these so-called aliens that showed up in
real quick. Speaking about the towers, after the plane supposedly ran right through it, right? Instead of the towers falling over or you know what I mean or falling, it's how it collapsed. It went straight down.
Exactly. Like, it didn't fall. Like, I'm gonna say this, then we gonna move on to the alien thing. It didn't get hit, then the top part fall over like that, or a piece of the other side a piece of the plane come on the other side. No. Soon as it showed so-called plane going in, it just went straight through it. The tower was still standing tall, bro.
Right.
And then it fell down like a demolition, like. And
you know what else? All the Jewish people that was in that building, a day before they said that they weren't showing up to work.
What, they like called off or something like that?
They called it off, yeah. There was like about 1,000 Jewish people to call off that day.
That's because, bro. Like, it's a whole thing with that. We're going to speak about that on our podcast, you know, definitely that, because I got something to say about that. But my thing is the technology. That year, we was going from flip phones, you know how you had to text and do all that with your thumb. The next couple years, we went to, you know, touch screens. touch screens. So they could have, you know, and then a little bit after that, the hologram Tupac thing or whatever, performing with the hologram.
And you know how that came about? Have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
Of course, man. Yeah, but what I was saying is, they was tested. That was a test run on if we was gonna believe that planes actually hit that, you know. And then it's a thing called crisis actors. They pay these people. They interview certain people, you know, not the people that was actually there, but the crisis actors that they pay to interview and say that they seen it or they didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So the people that they was interviewing, you know, was paid actors that was saying, and it's just my opinion, was paid actors that was saying, yeah, I seen the planes flying around and all. Bro, you didn't see no planes, but that's according to me. You didn't see no planes, bro, because what we seeing, we not there. We looking at it on TV, you know, and you know, how much things have we seen in Hollywood? How many movies have we seen where they can make this look like this? And, you know, special screens, and that around that time what 3G came out, 3G, 4G, all this and all that. So fast forward to today, in the Miami situation, and Salakia, is Cap saying anything to us on that? Because Cap probably, yeah, with the alien situation, so the police supposed to have these body cams on. Why wouldn't they show this? Why wouldn't they show this if it was really a danger to us? You know, they got this angle from a helicopter looking at something that's not really clear, even though we got, 4K, 8K television screens, cameras. We got all these great visual things, but we can't see this thing clear. You know what I mean? That's something that's another media game, if you ask me. That's a media trick.
It's like, so are you trying to say that there weren't UFOs because if they were, we would have seen them?
I'm saying that they, you know, it's a distraction. Just
so
like
didn't even happen.
Because if it did, you know, where the police body cams at? If you looked at the situation, they had at least 60 cop cars out there. So where's all these police officers with their body cams on? Ain't they body cams supposed to be on?
Yeah. Some states. Portland now just started doing it. I think it was like last year. It was ordered for them to have now cameras on.
Well, I thought it was ordered ever since they start unaliving us. The police started unaliving us.
Well, that's the reason why Portland is by law. They gotta have them now.
Right, and how many years ago was that though? That started.
I think it was last year.
No, I mean the incidents where the police start unaliving us, that go back from 2013, 2012. You know,
I've been unaliving us for a long time.
No, I mean, hey,
like caught on footage.
Yeah,
oh.
I know that.
On footage.
Yeah, because the police have been able to say, well, he was resisting arrest, or, well, I thought he had a gun, you know, to where they went into the Supreme Court where they had to have, it was mandatory for them to have the body cams on, like when they come in contact with certain things, you know. So with this situation in Miami, why ain't there better footage? Because it's like 60, 70 cops out there. And nobody got no ground footage of this. We only got aerial footage from a helicopter of a grainy. It's grainy. When they don't want you to see something, it's real, like blurry. You can't see it, even though what they shooting in today. What that camera got, the camp footage, what is it, 4K? It went from 4K straight to 8K. Like, where the rest of the Ks at? Like... We got all this technology, but that's just a sidetrack. That's just something that y'all should check out our podcast on that we're going to be starting up within the next 2 weeks, man. Yeah. But, Yeah, I just wanted to expound on that because whenever they want to hide something, whenever they want to distract us from something comes out. Like, what was our attention on? What is Epstein's list? You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, just supposedly these people that flew to Epstein's island, which had a lot of pedophiles and.
Was that the island that sex trafficking?
Mhm.
Oh,
The famous people was on this list. So this list was supposed to come out maybe a year or two ago. They've been, you know, what is it called when they say, "Oh, we got this list," but then they bring it back. We got basically teasing us about this, but
it came out though, right?
some of the list came out. Remember, I was reading it in the car and
Yeah.
stuff. But that's not everybody though. But so and then it's the thing about that, they're gonna keep not bringing it out to white male the people that's on the list. Like, we're gonna put you on this list if you don't do this. You're gonna be on this list if you don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the alien thing and the Cat Williams thing and what else? You know, those two basic things was to distract us from the Epstein's list, from the P. Diddy thing, the P. Diddy trial. What else? They made y'all forget about the Hillary Clinton emails, the Hunter Biden laptop. You know, all these things, they just made y'all forget about that stuff. The Black Lives Matter cult. All type of stuff, you know, and then we could take it farther than that. As far as Gucci, wasn't we boycotting Gucci at a certain point? Then all of a sudden they just stopped boycotting Gucci and started wearing it again, like Balenciaga. They had some type of.
Did you hear about this?
You want to speak about that?
This probably good for the podcast, but
Okay.
Keefe. So now you know that. Have you heard about Keefe?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, so Keefe D, you know, he supposedly was the cause of Tupac's death.
He said P. Diddy paid him $1 million to
Yeah,
live.
yeah. I think it was 1 or 2 million. They paid him to do it. And then supposedly he was sentenced. He was supposed to get out. But I guess this just popped up 5 hours ago. Keefe D's bill is set at $750,000 in Tupac's murder case. There's just a lot to this because it ties into everything about P. Diddy. You know, I think 50 Cent's making a series or a TV show or a documentary about P. Diddy.
Oh yeah. He producing it.
He's producing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to drop what I had. Did I had you get some?
No.
Just,
Yeah, you did. You said you wanted
loop. Yeah, drop the loop and go to stay in loop, but go to 6 and 31.
in Luke.
Kind of. Because what we bringing out, man, it pertains to brotherhood because we want y'all to be in the know. We want y'all to know what we know. You know, we want y'all to be on the same page as us, and that's that. If you ask me, that falls under brotherhood. I don't want to have up on knowledge on things that I'm trying to bring out and you don't know about it. So I think that definitely falls under brotherhood. That definitely falls under, you know, keeping you in the loop, keeping you aware of things, you know. And speaking of awareness, man, you know, I know it's a strange time, you know. And then another thing, dang, where was it at? Where was it at? See, I gotta start writing my notepad, and I got a little booklet. I gotta start writing down these topics, but it was somewhere, man, in Mississippi. Oh, the Mississippi thing, where they found like 250 bodies, bro. You heard about that?
Old bodies.
Missing persons. People that was missing, they all of a sudden came up in Mississippi, bro. In back of like in some type of shallow grave or unmarked grave. Yeah, they done found these like 250 bodies and counting. Like in these shallow graves. I'm looking it up right now just to be sure.
Now, are they Israel?
Most definitely.
Children?
Women, children, men, yeah, all kinds. Yeah, the story came out today, man, or yesterday. Behind the Mississippi jail. It said, now this is the story out of Hinds County. It says over 200 bodies found buried near Mississippi jail in predominantly black county, raising questions and calls for investigation. A gruesome revelation in Mississippi is alarming. A gruesome revelation in Mississippi is alarming residents of the state and raising calls for an investigation. After over 200 bodies were buried near a local jail in a predominantly black county, questions are growing over who these people are, how they died, and how they ended up in bare graves behind the jail. I'm going to read this last part too. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, oh my God, not Ben Crump, has joined the Hinds in seeking an investigation into the graves, arguing that it's unknown if racism, prejudice, or bigotry played a role in any of their deaths, the Crusader reported. According to the outlet, Crump said at a December news conference that people all across America are scratching their heads in disbelief about what's happening in Jackson, Mississippi, with the Pauper's Graveyard, referring to the state's capital city, which is located in Hinds County. It went from talking about the water to referring to the city's previous water crisis to now we're talking about graveyard. What is going on in Jackson, Mississippi? What I get from reading that is two things, bro. And you want to say something? Go ahead.
Well, I know a couple of years ago, I think it was some podcast. They were saying, I don't know where exactly though. It could be Mississippi, but they were saying people were dying left and right for a very long time in prisons, and they didn't know where to put the bodies at. Like they weren't letting the families know that these people were being deceased, being unalive. You know what I'm saying? So if those were prisoners, then that will kind of explain what I was trying to talk about, because they're saying that at one time people were dying left and right, day and night, and their families of these victims, they weren't being what's that word? They weren't being
discovered.
They weren't aware of them being deceased.
Right.
They think they were in prison this whole time.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay, Salakia too. That's a problem. Because if somebody I know be unalive, I would like to know immediately.
Right.
What that lets me know, or puts an idea in my head that while y'all trying to cover up something,
right,
or something going on in that prison. Because why wouldn't you notify the families that something happened to their loved ones?
Right.
Even though they incarcerated in jail, they still people. They still got people outside of the walls that love them and care about them. they would like to know their well-being.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because especially now, I don't know if this is already happening, but I think it was by law that the securities of the jail guards, they gotta have cameras now. Because for a long time they've been unaliving brothers in prison.
Oh yeah.
And not just that, they've been setting people up too.
Oh yeah.
To get unalived. You know what I mean? So
not only that though, too, bringing drugs into the jails, like, and we don't say blackmail around here. We say white mailing, white mailing the inmates. You know, they may have caught the inmates with a shank or two here and there. They say, okay, we'll keep that cool, but you know, put me in or put me down. You know, or let me in on what you got going on, and then you know that's how corruption happens. You know. Just and to say something about the guards being in there. They're in jail too. Like they're in jail with these inmates. You know, the only difference is they can go home, but the next day they go right to jail. Like it's a reason. It's a reason why it's corruption, because you know. Not every how I'm gonna put this without
because when you really think about it, right? For all these years, people that have been on death row, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that might be kind of conspiracy. Like,
right.
They could be unaliving all those brothers that have been on death row because there's no room for them. Or maybe they have such a big influence on the other inmates that they might order a hit to get them out of the way.
Absolutely. And that's where even like it's corruption within these prisons, man, with the guards, with the inmates. You know, even since COVID, you know, around the COVID time, which is the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, I don't even remember when, but that back then, you know, I don't know, and then I don't know how these inmates get cell phones. Do they allow? I've never been to prison, but do they allow cell phones in prison now?
I don't know. But I know I've gotten phone calls from brothers from prison.
Right. So I guess they allow it, or you know, certain. This might be a part of the corruption. But you know, I used to watch this dude. He was in prison. You know what I'm saying? Around the COVID time, and he was stressing that. Bro, they not moving. The people that catch COVID in the cells, they not moving them. So they be around people that don't catch COVID. So eventually the whole joint got COVID. You know what I mean? Just because they not moving one or two or three people that do got COVID, they not moving them. So,
right.
Like and that's a part of the corruption too, because
they're letting them die.
For letting them die, for letting them be unalive, and it's a form of genocide, because it ain't no telling how many prisons did that across America, like just not purposely not moving people out of a certain cell that had COVID, or maybe say it's a 2-man jail, so one of the dudes got COVID and the other dude don't. Right. This man coughing all over the place. Eventually, you got COVID, and then this is another conspiracy, which I always thought, because I've been to jail. Obviously, I've been in jail for at least, I ain't gonna say the time, but I've been to jail, you know. And around lunchtime, they do give you some clear liquid, like it's liquid that you don't know what it is. It's not water. It's not. They say it's Kool-Aid. But it's not none of that. You can't suggest nothing. Oh, I don't drink. You got something? No, this is something that you have to drink.
What?
Like, yes.
Why?
Because if you ever been to jail before, it's like around the time where, I mean, it's like lunchtime. They got the trays prepared and they got the drink prepared. Yeah. So you have to drink this.
I remember I had to fill my own cup though.
Exactly, and they got Gatorade coolers, bro, where you go up to it, you press the thing, and the stuff come out. Like, ain't no telling what that is.
Hey, that could be a good conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Because like the water in jails, that
the food,
yeah.
like, and ain't no telling if the cooks got caught. He coughing all over the food, bro.
It's crazy.
He crazy, bro.
Now that I think about it, you know how they're making fake meat? They could be giving.
Testing it on the inmate.
Testing on the inmates.
Because even in the Constitution, they say once you go into prison or jail, then you just treated just like a slave.
Yeah.
I mean, you do what we say, you get what we give you. And ain't nobody you can go tell about this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dang, see, that's why I like these classes that I do, because it takes us all over the place with the truth. We bring a certain truth out. We get you thinking of certain things in your brain. You know what I mean? Whether it be, and I can't never pinpoint it. Sometimes I have a set thing of what I want to talk about, but then once I get to warming up to it, other things
right.
lead me to, it's like a web.
Right.
But it's all within the truth. You know what I mean? Did I have you grab something?
Yeah, I think you did. You wanted
I think Luke chapter 6 and 21. Wait. 31.
You want to read it right now?
Kind of not. Well, hold on. So, this is something good about the class, because we bring out everything. We bring out certain things, but I think it all falls under brotherhood, because I want you to be hip to what I'm hip to. I want you to know what I know, and I also want you to come into the truth. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth where it can change your life. If you sick and tired of doing the same things that you was doing in the world, or you just looking for a higher purpose in your life, the truth is where it's at, because the truth is friendly and informational. When I say friendly and informational, I mean it's friendly to where I can say this truth in front of anybody. We can say this truth in front of everybody and not feel no kind of way, because it's research that can be done to this. And if you question the truth, that just means you on the other side. And I don't when I say question the truth, I mean, of course, look up what I'm saying. Of course, do your research. But then once you figure out that, he not lying, you can't be the one to say, okay, he not lying, but what about, like, that's when it becomes opinionated. That's when it becomes like a Christian pastor or whatever the case. The Christian pastor, takes a scripture, and even though it says, let me just get a scripture. It says, even though Revelation says, feet unto fine brass, he gonna say, well, that sound like he Middle Eastern. Them Middle Eastern people got that skin. Like, that's crazy. But once you read further on, it says, the voice of many roaring water of deep waters or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Don't get at me, Cap.
I think it was like many waves or something like that.
Yeah, but once you figure that out, then you realize, bro, I have never heard a Middle Eastern person talk like this. A Middle Eastern person with a deep voice like this. Right. They all got that. They all got that type of. Thank you, come again. They voice not deep at all. Like, they don't have a Barry White voice. They have a. But that's what the truth do. You know what I'm saying? The truth makes you, and hopefully righteously do that research. You know what I'm saying? Go try to make sure that I'm right. Make sure that what I'm saying is right, or like I said before, do that research to if you questioning it, do the research, and then you're gonna be, then that's when you're gonna say, oh, okay, he was telling the truth. He wasn't lying, because that's all we do in here, man, is tell the truth. And with this Class Tuesday Brotherhood, I think it ties into brotherhood that I want you to know what I know. I don't want to have a page up on you or be more prepared than you. I always say be prepared in all my classes. Be prepared, because there's certain things that, especially in 2024, this is the year of truth. This is the year that the truth is going to come out more than ever, and it depends on how you take it, you know. And sometimes the truth hurts, and the truth is shocking, you know, especially in modern day Babylon. They done fed so many lies to you, like it's okay to have same-sex marriage. It's okay to eat pork, celebrate this, celebrate that. It's okay, just leave them alone, let them love who they love. Like, that's all a lie. It's not okay. And other things like, oh, it's okay to mix with, you know, have heathen partners and, you know, marriage with these people, and the Babylon says that's okay, but this says that that's not okay, and we should be separate because we are a holy people. If we gonna do any of that, we should do it within our, you know, within the 12 tribes of Israel, because that wouldn't be interracial things. It becomes interracial once you step outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, you know. And that and this is my thoughts right here. Once you step outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, that goes with you thinking that the Lord is going to save everybody, which is not in this book at all. It's not in this book at all, you know. But back to what I was saying, the brotherhood.
So, Lucky, you might have to explain to them who are the 12 tribes. You might take it as, you know, the Ish people.
Oh no. Okay. That's a good point. These are the heathens according to the Bible. Heathen nation. Then after that, I'm going to explain who the 12 tribes is, because, you know, it would be only right to balance it out. You know, so the heathen would be the so-called white man, and we say so-called because his skin is red, really. You know, and the Bible says it's a red man. That's really why they put colored people on us, because they the ones that's really colored. They get a black, you beat them up, they get a black eye.
Yeah, they turn different colors.
Yeah, they get blue, purple eyes,
Right.
all kinds of colors. So the so-called white man, these are the heathens. So-called, I probably don't name all of them, but I'm gonna name the top ones. The so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, which is these gas station owners, these people that, you know, basically got the dots on their forehead.
Gas station liquor stores.
They in every single hood, owning stuff that you should be owning because that's your neighborhood. They don't got that in their neighborhoods. They definitely don't got no gas station liquor stores on every corner in these gated communities. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So-called white man, the Ishmaelites, which is the gas station owners, the Africans, which they have African stores in your communities as well, but they don't like you. They like your business. Back in the day, even sold you to the European. You know, the hate that they have for us goes back. This is not they didn't just start hating us. This is generations and generations ago, where, you know, some of it's jealousy because we are the chosen seed. And some of it just because, you know, we probably look better than them, or we definitely look better than these heathens. But yeah, so the Africans,
Moabites.
the Asians, and the Chinese, which is the Ammonites and the Moabites, you know, the Ethiopians. These people are not the same as us. Somalians. Mm-hmm. These people are cousins of the African. Like, and then you can tell, you know,
Right.
just look at the shape. I don't mean to be funny, but
Right.
just look at the shape of their head. Like,
Right.
they have these abnormal.
Right.
Like, it's real funny, you know what I'm saying? So that was that 5. The so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, the Asian and Chinese. That's 2. The Africans, the Ethiopians. Who else that they just love so much?
Talked about the snow bunnies.
Yeah, the so-called white man, white woman is the first one I named because our people is so intrigued with them. They like any type of battle on the street that I seen Isupk or anybody do online.
Oh, the Middle East. We got Middle Eastern from Iraq.
Oh yeah, that's the Ishmaelites.
That's the Ishmaelites.
Yeah.
Right.
So any type of battle that I seen the Isupk in, the so-called black man, whoever they battling, they always ask, well, what about the white man? Like we can't never try to save us or try to be all about us. It's always that one coonery, that coon dude that's gonna say, well, what about this person? Well, what about that person? We don't care about them because we're talking about this over here, you know. So I brought up the main ones that's oppressing us right now, but
Right.
and the Israelites would be the Negroes, you know, the West Indians, the Haitians, the Dominicans, Guatemala, Panama, and I believe that fall under Zebulon. The Puerto Ricans, you know, the Cubans, North American Indians, and when I say North American Indians, I mean the ones out here on these reservations, not the gas station owners. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, so that it's a Predator movie on Hulu right now called Prey. Those people, those are the people that we're talking about when we say the North American Indians. Even though the main character is a girl, she look kind of white. You know, they like to do that too. They like to throw themselves in as the Native American Indians, which which are universally called, 5% Indian,
Right.
because they they want to be Native American so bad. They trying to, and just like Esau do, it steals and it like a chameleon, if you will.
Right.
That's the perfect animal for them. They infiltrate and try to become.
They all, and then when you do ask them, they're all Cherokee.
Exactly, the Cherokee Indian. Like, bro, you white. What you talking about, Cherokee? Crazy. But the Seminole Indians as well. These are the North American Indian, the Seminole Indians. These are the people that's out here on these reservations that desperately need the help that we got. That not the help, but the love for. We need to be sharing our love with them instead of trying to worry about these heathen nations.
Right.
Because when it went on Isupk, in any debate, any battle, any back and forth with them online, nobody ever asks about the North American Indians or the Seminole Indians. Nobody ever say, well, what about the American Indians? Well, what about the Seminole Indians? It's always, well, what about the white man? Like, that's crazy, man. Y'all got to break out of that, Israel. Y'all got to start asking about y'all people and y'all people only, because they only ask about their people. They only care about their people. So again, North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, Colombians to Uruguay, Mexicans and the Argentina to the Chileans. Like, those are the 12 tribes that we should be caring about right there. Not the heathen nations, because the heathen nations only here to make money off us and to unalive us, because the liquor store on every corner, don't let an old man get too much of that liquor. It's over for him. You know, don't let a young man get too much of that liquor, especially somebody that's under the age to handle that type of stuff. They're gonna be acting out and acting wild, bro, and it all leads to being unalive.
Right, especially in gang infested neighborhoods.
Exactly, because if you ain't old enough to handle that liquor, you know, you're gonna start. It's dark thoughts, and it's a reason why they used to call them spirits back in the day, because a certain spirit get on, don't let you be strapped up, don't let you already be into some type of beef with a neighboring gang or a neighboring hood. Once that liquor get, it's something called liquid courage, and somebody that's too young to handle that and to process their thoughts, they gonna go do something that they shouldn't have done. They gonna go organize something, and can we say murder? Dang, because I wanted to just make a distinctive, because it's a difference between I don't know.
Murder.
No, I was gonna say murder and premeditated murder.
Oh yeah, right.
Like a murder is just something that happened, but premeditated is, bro, you done plan this.
Right.
You plan this out and you organize this thing that you about to go do, which can
Right.
get you the death penalty.
Right.
40, 50 years. Like, it's a difference, man. And that's something that the Ishmaelites, they own most of these liquor stores. Like the one right outside of here. That lady, she one of them red dot Indians. And it's just crazy, man. Y'all gotta just and they showed us this in that movie called Boys in the Hood. What's the name? Furious. He was telling us about these liquor stores in every hood because they want us to unalive ourselves, and that was that. I think that movie came out back in the '90s.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's true to this day. Today it's 2024. It's true to this day. Like I'm pretty sure once that red dot Indian, once she leave that area, another red dot Indian gonna own that place, selling that same liquor to the same people. And like I said, too much of that liquor for an old man, he can be unalive. Too much of that liquor for a young man can put the thoughts in his head and make him do evils to where he be unalive.
Too much liquor of a gang member, a prostitute.
Exactly. Don't let me get started on a prostitute having too much liquor. That can lead to other crimes like being sexually assaulted. and don't let her be under the influence of being under too much liquor or just being in this league, and that's a different rabbit hole, bro. Like a woman in liquor, bro. You know how many predators are out here, whether it be in the neighborhoods or in the clubs.
Right.
Like I seen this video, man. It was a while back, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And then that's again, if y'all out there and y'all some ladies, man, watch who y'all get these drinks from in the club, bro, because it could be a predator, bro, a deviant that's just trying to get what he trying to get from you. You probably turned him down or something. You probably said, no, I'm good on try to do whatever, but then he came at you with a drink with something sizzling in the bottom of it. You ain't see it because the club is dark. And all clubs got dark settings, and I think that's a setup too, but that's another story. Yeah, man, if you're gonna accept any drinks, sisters, and make sure you go to the bar with that person. See the drink that they buying you. Don't let nobody just bring you, I brought you this. You're gonna be waking up somewhere, sexually assaulted, or even going further than that, in a bathtub somewhere with your kidney missing, because organ trafficking is very popular, even though that's not talked about.
Right. Hey, what's that? What's that one dude?
Dahmer?
Yeah, Dahmer. He's from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And he's a white dude at that, because man, trust me, man, ain't no Judite finna do that. It ain't no Israelite finna do that. It's just too much.
Right.
It's just too much, bro. It's too much. But back to what I was saying, ladies, man, y'all be careful out here. Going on all these ladies trips and where it to be just ladies. Like somebody, a predator might see that. Oh, y'all all ladies. I can definitely overpower a bunch of ladies.
You gotta watch out from rappers and drug dealers.
Exactly, because who under scrutiny right now? T.I. a lot of these rappers be under scrutiny for doing these things, and they even rap about the stuff. Like Rick Ross rapped about that, putting something in the woman's champagne and all that type of thing. Like,
and these drug dealers too. These women love drug dealers. They got the drugs. They want your box. They gonna get it.
Either way, either way, and that's. Man, I don't mean to be laughing about the situation, but y'all just have to be careful on these things. It's many predators out here, especially if they notice that you in these all female groups or, all this and that. Like, predators prey. Like, they're gonna look for victims. Just be careful because it's a dangerous world out here. It's getting even more dangerous, and I believe in 2024. The truth is going to be revealed even more,
right?
Especially with these movies, and this could be a conspiracy theory, but they show you in these movies what the technology they have, the things that they can do, the things that they are going to do, and the things that they thinking about doing. They just putting it out there to show to see how you will react, and to give one example on things being put out there and see how you react. These robots and AI, like that movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. The movie Megan. You seen the movie Megan? Came out last year. So it's something like iRobot, but it's this robot named Megan. This robot named Megan, right? So they ordered it. It's from the perspective of a creator of robots. So they created this robot named Megan. So Megan, they brought her to the house, got her, because they had, this is the thing, they had one child, and I guess she was lonely or whatever being by herself, so they brought her the robot Megan. So Megan got to learning all about her, got to, telling her she can and can't have stuff, ultimately trying to, doing anything to keep her safe, right? So she was getting bullied or something happened at her school. She ended up unaliving the dude that happened, and the Megan doll did it. Like, the Megan doll became hostile after that. Like, it got a thirst for unaliving. So she once the parents found out, they tried to send the doll back, terminate the doll. Oh no, doll ain't having that. They finna unalive you now. So they the doll end up unaliving the one of the creators and going for the kid to try to unalive that kid and all that type of stuff. AI is very dangerous. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. 2024, we're definitely gonna see that.
And then even that, they got these police dogs and police little police things in over in China and stuff like that, to where they be saying, well, a robot can't be racist, but the creator can.
Yeah,
whoever created whoever created the AI can.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
because as soon as they scan your license plate or your license, it's gonna pull up as Hispanic. So they're gonna have a specific program just for the race. Exactly.
It's a lot, man. Did I have you grab anything?
Yeah, I think you want.
I'll be going off the
6.
The Brotherhood. Okay, let me just say this real quick. Yeah. So, what I'm really getting at is, man, I just want y'all to be aware of these things, and I think that's something that ties into brotherhood. Because if I'm aware of it, I want y'all out there to be aware of it. So we can be, ultimately prepared for what's going on. Like, as far as ammo, non-perishable food items, health kits, Narcan, you know, and that's something I'm going to reiterate in my classes going on, because you can't be over prepared, but you can be under prepared for certain situations, you know, whether it calls for protection or whether it calls for health things, like if somebody got special ailments out there like asthma, or they need medicine, they take an ibuprofen for something, stock up on that type of stuff, you know, just to be prepared. And I think that falls under brotherhood, because I'm like I said before when we first started, these classes are meant to be as a warning for what's to come, you know. And we have to be prepared, because, you know, and when I say be prepared, IR, bro, certain things come to my mind. Like, I don't know if it's conspiracy theories. I mean, conspiracy theory, but things like the Book of Eli. Have you seen that movie? With Denzel?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. I've seen it
Yeah, me too.
times.
Yeah, I watch that all the
And
time.
you know what's crazy?
And I got that.
I don't know if you know this. A lot of be off topic, but is it true that this whole time he was blind?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy theory?
They were telling me this whole time he was blind.
I don't think so, bro. That's why he's wearing the goggles.
One of the reasons why he's wearing the glasses is his sense of smell's higher. Seen the whole time he was blind in this movie.
You have to send me a link or something to that.
Yeah.
I would like to, cause I that.
And also, you know, what's another trippy movie? Menace to Society. See, that was him.
Which one?
Menace to Society.
The regular one.
Right, yeah, the regular one.
Oh, okay.
They were
Because you know we
saying
got that other one.
That he was dead in the movie the whole time.
Who was?
The main character.
Kane?
Yeah. They said the whole time he was dead in that movie, he was just going back.
Oh. Dang, I got both of them joints. I'm gonna have to, cause I tell you the truth, man. I got a big movie collection, and I get it on DVD because.
Yeah, I got man, in my storage, I got collections, man, like documentaries.
Look, I get it on DVD because sometimes, man, these apps, they don't want to work. And if they do work, sometimes they take that movie off.
You have the movie 187?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you have to get that 187. You have it,
Who playing it?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
All right. But yeah, just being prepared, man, because 2024 got a lot of truth that's gonna be revealed, and it's just what I'm seeing according to just these first 9 days. Today, January 9th. Just these first 9 days of so-called 2024, even though we know that ain't the real new year, because, you know, how it's going to be a new year, how something going to be a new thing when it's in the dead of when everything's dead in this time.
Right.
The plant life, the vegetation, anything as far as nature. And that may be in just the northern states or just the states where snow happens, because I haven't been. Well, I have, but it ain't like stuff don't grow. But I'm saying, we know that this is not the new year, because the new year comes like, you know, around the next cycle of things growing, like when the leaves start growing back on the trees, when flowers and stuff start growing. That's the new year, you know. And where I was getting at is, you know, I just want y'all to know that the stuff that I know, the things that I'm preparing myself for, I want y'all to be prepared. And I think that falls under brotherhood, because I care about blacks as natives and Hispanics. You know, I want y'all to just be on the same page as me as far as my class, as far as what I'm trying to teach and get at. You know what I mean? You can read that.
All right. Luke, you said 31?
Chapter 6 and 31.
All right. Luke chapter 6, verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to, Salaki, as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
See, that scripture says, man, it means, you know, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. Like how I'm getting this information out there, how I'm trying to tell y'all to prepare yourself, how I'm trying to bring out these certain movies, these certain scenarios, these certain news clips, these certain, ideals, in my head. And truth, absolutely. I want y'all to know that. So don't be afraid to type certain things up in the chat, or definitely like, share, and subscribe to the class. But don't be afraid to speak on certain things in the chat that you know of that could be a conspiracy theory, but to be true, or that could be the truth, and you need that to get out there. Because that's all we doing, man. We trying to kill. Can we say kill lies? Because that's not killing like a person.
I said stop the lies.
Okay, so we want to stop the lies and build on the corpse of lies with the truth, because the truth overpowers everything, whether it be feelings, numbers, because numbers can be manipulated if we keeping it 100. If we keeping it a beam, what they say in New York, if we keeping it a stack, some people in New York say if we keeping it a tall glass of water. And that's slick though, but if we keeping it real, to keep it plain, numbers can be manipulated and can be bought. Certain things, certain people can be bought. That's what I was getting at earlier in my class with the crisis actors. Like, they pay people to do certain things, whether it be in areas where they need them to report, or in areas where they need them to act like something really happened when it didn't. Like, those are paid actors. Not actors in Hollywood, but crisis actors. Look that word up no, I ain't gonna look it up right now. But look that word up when you can. Crisis actors. Because this is definitely something that does happen. Read that one more time.
Luke chapter 6 verse 31. And as ye would that men shall do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Treat somebody how you want to be treated. Care for somebody the way that you would want to be cared for. Because if you love your brother or your sister, then that's the only thing you can do. You're supposed to protect them protect them like
your daughter.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I didn't know if it was right to say. But yeah, protect them even like they're your daughter or your blood sister, because you would want them to watch your back like that. You would want them to, be your eyes. If you say you're looking over here, you would want them to look over there, because y'all have both sides covered. And that's just brotherhood, right? That's showing a form of brotherhood. That's what I was saying again right before this. Like, I would want y'all to know what I know. I would want y'all to be looking at things the way I look at things. Or if y'all don't look at things the way I look at things, at least notice what I've noticed, because I think that's a form of brotherhood. So y'all wouldn't be so throwed off on me just noticing that. And then, nowadays, or back in the days, and I don't mean to say back in the days, but nowadays or a couple years ago, just calling somebody a conspiracy theorist discredit everything that they saying or the research that they've done. It's just like calling somebody crazy. Somebody a whistleblower, but somebody calling them crazy, that's just like, oh, I don't believe him, he crazy. Right? That's just a dismissive thing to do, and that's not brotherhood. If somebody coming at you with some type of information that they've gathered, or some type of information that they've actually sat down and did the research on, and you just dismissing them by calling them crazy or conspiracy theorists, that's not brotherhood.
Right.
You supposed
if I could too, also the rank as well. Probably, it takes a part of that too, because just because you're a higher rank and a brother is a trooper, he could be giving you some information that you don't know about, but just for the fact that he's a trooper, you're not taking his knowledge serious. Exactly.
And sometimes it come with discipline. Sometimes you have to humble yourself down to listen to that brother or that sister. You know, because the sisters be coming with some powerful points too. You just have to, you know, be humble. You know, treat that sister like you want to be treated. If somebody comes to you with some information, you know, don't just dismiss them. Oh, bro, you crazy, bro, or conspiracy theorist. We know about you. You a conspiracy theorist. Then that just the other person that you telling that's a conspiracy theorist, they not gonna want to come to you with no other information that they found because you was just dismissive. You know, you just counted them out for whatever they had to say. You just, you know, overlooked them, or, you know, whatever the case, you know, just treat somebody how you want to be treated. You know, if somebody come to you with some information that's detrimental or that can help or improve the quality or improve the knowledge, you know, you got to hear them out. You know, if you want to show that brotherhood. Some people don't, you know.
Right.
They don't really care about the brotherhood. They just like, man, whatever, bro. You know what I mean? How much time we got on that?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
All right, so we can come on with a couple more scriptures, or at least one, because that was heavy though, because I felt that way before, not being in the truth. Just me, like maybe a week or a month outside of coming in the truth. You know, I used to tell people, man, you know what I'm saying, bro, this and this gonna happen, or, you know, this and this about to happen. You know, y'all better get this and that. You know, get strapped up, or get protection, or, you know, build this and build that, you know, for yourself to be protected. One just looked at me like, bro, you believe that? I'm like, bro, like, say, but this is all the evidence that I've gathered. They like, bro, that ain't nothing, bro. I can't believe that. Went right back to smoking weed or whatever. Went right back to day-to-day living, you know what I'm saying? And what I was trying to bring out to them actually came to pass. Actually happened. Yeah. And then they'll see you again, bro. You was right on such and such. You know you was right when you said this and that. And then you looking at them like, bro, why would I tell you something that's to harm you, or just because, bro? I'm really out here doing this research. And that's what the Bible is too. The Bible is a part of that. Like when these Christians or somebody who don't believe in the Bible, you know, you try to tell them certain things in the Bible. That's in the Bible, bro. This and this in the Bible. They're like, bro, what? It's something. Some people, you know, that I've told certain things is in the Bible, like maybe, or whether it be gold teeth or fringes, or not touching the pork. You know what I'm saying? They hit you with the, bro, I've read the Bible front to back 2 times. I read it 2 times, bro, front to back. I'm like, first of all, stop right there, bro. That's not how you read the Bible, bro. Right. You read it here a little and there a little, you know what I'm saying? Because certain questions pop up with you in time. Then you would want to go to the Bible, you know, or ask the man above you, like, what is in the Bible, what does it say about this? In the Bible, what does it say about that? And then if the man above you is well learned and well read, or whatever the case, you know, he can let you know, well, it says this, or well, it says that. Even if he ain't, he can go to the man above him, and that's where rank and order come in, and decently and in order. Right. You know, because, you know, if you don't know, a man above you definitely know, you know. And then that's what I was getting at. You know, you can try to tell people the truth. You know, it's on them if they want to hearken to the voice of the Lord, because sometimes, you know, the Lord speak through you to a certain person at that very time. It depends on them to. It gotta be the Lord, because this how you know it's the Lord. Or this how I know it's the Lord, when I was trying to tell these people certain things. Bro, I wasn't even thinking about stuff. I wasn't even, you know, you don't be thinking about stuff, but as soon as you come in contact with a certain person, something just come out of you, and it be the truth, like, you better stop doing this, or you need to look up this, or stop doing that. Like, you wasn't even thinking about telling them to do that. It just comes out of you. That's how you know that the Lord is speaking through you, because you wasn't tripping on that, you know. But then once you got in close proximity with this person or talking to this person, something just came out of you, which was the truth. Something just came out of you, which was something that they needed to hear to bring them in, or to help them see something a different way, which was the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and that happened to me plenty of times with me and people in the world. You know what I'm saying? And this may be the end of the class, but I want to hit y'all with this little quick story. Sidebar. Man, I used to tell my homies a lot, bro. Like, bro, is this all we do, bro? Smoking, do such and such. Is this all we do, man? Y'all don't see nothing wrong with this? You know, and this is a big thing with one of my homies. It's the smallest thing. Buying the video game 2K. Like the same 2K every year. So I'm like, bro, is that all you do, bro? Is buy 2K, play the game, smoke shit, slack it. Is this all you do?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you realize, bro, that these video games are making billions off of trillions every year with the same game, bro. The exact ain't nothing changed but a couple characters. Right. The cover athlete. Like, bro, they got us under this spell, bro. That's how it is with 2K, Madden, and certain other games, you know what I'm saying? It's just under this spell of being content, of just being entertained. Like, bro, don't you want to wake up your people? You know, don't you want to what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Don't you want to like, basically, how long we gonna do this? We've been doing this for 10 years, 8, 9, 10 years, bro. Don't you want to do something else? And that's the thing where I realized, bro, everybody not gonna be saved.
Right.
Everybody not gonna hearken to this voice. You can speak, truth. But if it fall on deaf ears, if somebody content with what they into, then they just not gonna hear it, man. And that's the bottom line. You can't beat a dead horse. Once you tell somebody so many times, it's on to the next stuff. Because you've been telling them, they haven't been hearing it. So how you gonna waste your breath on somebody? Even though you love that person, sometimes you have to move on, because how many times you gonna tell them? And they just continue to do it. It's like a I don't know.
No, you're absolutely right. If I could, you know what I mean? Like when we reach out and tell brothers of the wrongdoings, we don't do it so we can feel better, or we think we're better than them. We do it because we love them and we care about them. See, I appreciate a real homie in the world that told me that I was messing up, that told me, no, you shouldn't do that because of this, or watch out for this because of this could happen. You know what I mean? I appreciate that homie that was straightforward with me, honest and blunt, because deep down inside I knew that the person actually cared about me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we do the same thing too to the brothers and sisters. We tell you this knowledge. We tell you to stop smoking. We tell you to stop prostituting yourself. We tell you to stop messing with these whores. You know what I'm saying? Because we care about you. You know what I mean? And we don't want you to learn things the hard way.
Absolutely. We want you on this side of the we want you on this side and not on that side. You know, we want you alive. We want you with life instead of with death. You know what I'm saying, on that side. Hey man, with that, this is the ISUPK coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, and we are not affiliated with no Israelite groups, period. No group for that matter. I am Officer Kananya. That's Officer IR. Out of ISUPK Milwaukee. Shalom, Israel.